If you had the opportunity to take a look at what happened, it was reminiscent of a war zone. But Keith had a favor. He said he wanted a pizza, my friends. Oh, you just enjoy that. The brush is extremely dry. It's brittle. It cracks in your hands. This is the stuff that you're going to be seeing. And this is one of the hardest hit areas because it's just over there where that water treatment facility is. Chew, can we get a hip hip hooray before we go? That was terrible. Like a hip hip hooray. Come on, something.
Hip hip hooray.
And a hip hip hooray to all you guys back in Connecticut. Now, we thought we might have gotten a little bit lucky just a couple hours ago, but just look at the amount of snow that has fallen in that short period of time. Firefighters say there are things that you can do to help keep your home safe from heavy snow. All you have to do is make sure you have a snow rake. And it may surprise you to know that crickets are actually a very nutritional food source with nearly as much protein per ounce as chicken, fish, or even beef. That's some good cricket.
Did you notice any crackling or anything yesterday?
No, because it's all on the other side of the building.
The whole back fell down, or a wall in the back fell down.
A downtown building in Meriden is crumbling.
Excuse me, anybody that lives at 80 or 82 East Main Street? Yeah. Please go to the Salvation Army.
And those that live and work here are angry more wasn't done to stop it from happening.
But there's always something going on inside there. You know, water leaks, apartments falling down, all kind of stuff.
From across the street, residents worry about their extended family.
We just talked to Animal Control and gave Animal Control the names of our animals that are still in there.
Entrepreneurs for their businesses.
I just hope they let us in so we can get our stuff out. At least, if we get our stuff, I could find somewhere else. Because that don't make no sense.
Officials with the fire department say they're not sure why the building partially collapsed, but they add they have expressed concerns about this building before.
We've been working with the building owners to have an engineering study done.
We did have an engineer come out prior to this happening, and we have a report, and we didn't think it was actually going to collapse, this soon.
But it did, sending those evacuated to the Salvation Army across the street for help.
It's not overwhelming. It was kind of upsetting to us to see that these people all have to leave their houses.
The future of those that depend on this building is unclear.
Yeah, I locked the door.
You did.
But on a day where all walked away with their lives, some say that in itself is a good place to start.
God is still blessed.
In Meriden, Josh.Scheinblum, News 8. Like a blade cutting through a sheet of white paper.
It's just like a perfect path.
A small Coast Guard tugboat embarks on a mission along the Connecticut River.
This thing's a warthog, huh?
Its goal is big: to free ice that's jammed along the waterway.
The big white spot open over there, you see it?
This won't be an easy job.
Come on, old girl.
Because today, temperatures are below freezing.
I left my house, 3 degrees.
And the ice is thick.
That's where I pushed up yesterday and got stuck, remember that?
In the Coast Guard, a vessel like this is called a cutter. And it's a boat that is certainly designed for the job that it has at hand. Here in the Connecticut River, the ice can be up to 10 inches thick, and it's plowing through it no problem. Senior Chief Bosun's Mate Aaron Brewer is overseeing operations. He's one of 6 seamen on board.
We started right before the holidays. It froze up a little bit, broke that, and then during the holidays, it began to freeze again.
It's a tedious process.
It was fun for the first 20 minutes, but it was, when we first started doing it, and then after that, it got kind of monotonous.
Crush ice in one area so it can move to another.
Start up north, break it, and then we'll have to go back down to continue to break it. Otherwise, we're just going to back it up right here.
Often only to get stuck again.
It freezes right back up.
But Brewer says he and his crew feel a sense of duty doing this type of work because New England depends on it.
We have potential with all these homes along the shoreline of flooding, as well as coal barges and heating oil that transits up and down the Connecticut River. They wouldn't otherwise have access to the Connecticut River if we weren't breaking the ice to keep it free.
Cutting ice to keep people safe and preserve a way of life.
This is a very important aspect of what the Coast Guard does.
In Middletown, Josh.Scheinblum, News 8. Ask any high school girl. Katy Perry is one of the hottest music artists right now that you're going to find on any radio station or TV station. And now Katy Perry and Good Morning America have issued a challenge to high schools all across the country. Come up with a great video and Katy might just perform at your school. And at least here in Middletown, there is one high school that says they hear her message loud and clear. Every good story begins with a handshake.
Welcome to Mercy.
At least that's how it all started at Mercy High School, when students there submitted an online video for Good Morning America's Roar with Katy Perry contest. How much practice did it take the first time to get the handshake down?
I think we probably practiced that for like 15 minutes because it was awkward that we weren't talking, and then it was like, who talks first?
Get ready, 'cause I've had it.
They're competing against thousands from all over the country, but two of the video's stars, Michelle Manzioni and Abigail Nolan, think they have a leg up on the competition because their student body's acting and dancing skills are top-notch.
And you're gonna hear me roar.
They are so confident in their talents, they even thought they could teach me. But as we soon learned, being a good performer and teacher are two very different things. You know, that handshake just didn't feel right. I think we have to do that one again. Hello there, welcome to Mercy. You have an excellent handshake. That's the one. That's the one. That felt good. But the wink that appears at the end of the video, a scene that brings their story full circle, I found a little easier to grasp.
Make sure your face is like very relaxed.
Okay.
All right, and then you just.
Did I nail that?
Yeah,
it felt. I felt like I did.
It was close.
That felt good. Close.
Yes, it was close.
All right, one more time. On three. 1, 2, 3. I got goosebumps on that one. I got goosebumps. Good work.
Woo.
Now, ultimately, Good Morning America will select 5 finalists. They've already selected 2, and at least over at Mercy High School and throughout the entire Middletown community, it's fingers crossed. We're live in the Middletown newsroom at the Middletown Press. Josh.Scheinblum, News 8. Aaron, one person is in the hospital tonight being treated for third-degree burns. He was among at least 3 Connecticut shell fishermen lucky to be alive tonight because early this afternoon, their commercial vessel burst into flames off the coast of Milford. The bond between fishermen is tighter than a knot of rope. To see why, just talk to Kevin Jones.
Catch a lot of clams, make some money.
A young deckhand.
It's a workout.
He may be what some would call the low man on the totem pole.
It's not fun at that moment in time, but, you know, I'm grateful for being able to be out here every day.
But what he did early Saturday afternoon,
it happened very fast,
was an act so noble, you might have thought he was a boat captain.
I'm sorry the captain got hurt.
Because Kevin was one of several fishermen who helped save the lives of 3 people on board a fellow fishing vessel that was on fire.
It was engulfed in flames.
Who, instead of running in the face of danger,
it's a pretty scary sight to see,
jumped into action.
We got there first,
helping to put out the inferno before emergency responders could arrive.
I ran and said, I was like, Cat, boat's on fire, let's go. Pulled the dredge up, slammed it on the deck, and we just hauled over there and started getting water on it and knock it down.
But as you'll see, Kevin's day didn't end there.
I got Mike and...
Mike's calling you?
Shortly after our interview ended, his boss...
Call the Coast Guard right now on 16.
Captain Gary Salsi arrived with a new mission.
Tell him you got a sinking boat.
Get what's left of the ship loaded with 400 gallons of diesel fuel out of the water.
Tell him it's not just about a boat now. It's about major oyster and clam grounds off of Milford.
So as quickly as you've ever seen a commercial fishing vehicle move,
you got to point at that unit there.
They rushed to rendezvous with the burnt out hull.
I'm heading out there with the cultivator now.
And helped clear the way as another one of Captain Gary's boats towed the sinking ship into a Stratford harbor.
I got a boat standing by out there.
If the ship had sunk, it could have been disastrous.
We got to bring it up to the dock. They're going to haul it right out of the water.
But thanks to the quick thinking of some Connecticut fishermen. Have you ever seen anything like this happen?
We take it pretty seriously. No, I haven't.
At least one catastrophe was avoided.
It makes you thankful for what you have because it can go up in smoke.
It's not known at this time how the inferno was sparked, but those who spoke with the crew members on board the burning ship say it's their belief it was a malfunction with the generator. In the New Haven newsroom, Josh.Scheinblum, News 8.